The dark night of the soul. You may have experienced it already. You may not even know what I'm talking about. But the dark night of the soul is a very difficult place that we can often find ourselves when nothing in life is working. It's where we feel despair. It's where all the distractions no longer do it for you, and everything you've worked for, all your achievements, nothing hits the side. I regard it as a place where you're at in a crossroads in life, where what you're doing is no longer working and the way forward is unclear and you are in a state of despair. Now, if you know what I'm talking about and the dark night of the soul speaks to you, then watch this video as I encourage you to think about 3 ways that you can deal with this particularly difficult situation. I'm your girl, Keely Taverner, psychotherapist and passionate about helping empathic people understand relationships dynamics with narcissistic individuals. I'm about helping empaths to empower themselves, develop self-compassion, and most importantly, self-awareness. Now, if you've ever reached a place where it has just all gotten too much and you're in a place of despair and you can't work out the way forward, fret not, you're not alone. It's highly likely you're experiencing what is often called the dark night of the soul. Now, this can happen maybe if you've had an external event that's happened to you and it's just turned your world upside down. Or maybe it's been building for years as you've kind of avoided, swept things under the rug and you've just kept going. But this feeling has slowly crept up over you. It's a place of despair. The visual I get for it is like you're at a crossroads. You're on your knees in the driving rain and the way forward is unclear, but what you're doing, nothing is working for you. Now, what I would say to you is you can avoid it. You might get some delay tactics happening, but it will creep up on you again. Firstly, embrace the difficult space that you're in. Embrace it. Resistance is futile. You may delay it, but it will come back with a vengeance. Secondly, there will be intense emotions. You may experience a cry from yourself that you've never cried in a way you've never cried. I often call that cry a soul cry. It's a deep, deep cry that it's like it goes through your whole body. Embrace it. The secret here is to go with the flow. Be patient. Lastly, be patient, and we must learn to trust the process. Now, trust the process is very difficult for people who like to know everything. They like to have all their ducks lined up in a row. So when you're experiencing a dark night of the soul, it can feel like you're out of control. This is a part of the process. Now, at this particular point in your history, it may benefit you to have a therapist alongside you to help explain and to make sense of the despair that you are experiencing. This can be a time when people even can contemplate suicide because the pain is so much. If you can get through this situation, get to understand the despair, to reflect and look at your life, to work out what needs to stay and what needs to go, this can be a profound place for cataclysmic change in your life as you are incredibly clear about what matters and what no longer matters. So whilst the dark night of the soul isn't a place that we welcome, it's not something that we want, but for many of us who are stubborn and we don't listen and we insist on doing life on our terms, this dark night of the soul can be a place where you realize you are not in control. You are not in control. The control you have is about how you react to your situation. And that is particularly different. If you're someone who is experiencing a dark night of the soul and you don't know what to do or you can't make sense out of your situation, inbox me. You are far from alone. And actually, it is a natural part of change that your life may require. This does not mean you like it, but it is the situation you find yourself in. Reach out. Don't go through the pain alone. It's your girl, Keely Taverner, psychotherapist, and passionate about helping empaths understand the relationship dynamics with narcissistic individuals. Do take care of you, because if you don't, who will?